Children of porn stars, when and how did you find out your parents were porn stars? And what is your most awkward moment with them? Mom is a porn star and escort. Found her price list online and videos on an old laptop she'd given me. Actually not that awkward when I mentioned it, but still weird. My dad and mom had a really horrible divorce. My dad was really mad at my mom for leaving him and really didn't want us to like her. Anything he could do to make her seem bad, he did. So, when I was about 9, he found out my mom had a sex tape and decided that the wisest thing to do was to show it to his kids as proof that their mother was a terrible person. Yeah, I don't mind my parents having a sex life or them filming it, but I think that is probably the worst possible way to explain that. Not quite what the OP was looking for, but story time. A friend of mine from high school became a gay porn star and is also an amazing bartender. He makes insane money appearing as a celebrity bartender at high-end clubs. My wife's family also just happens to be really good friends with his family, so we thought it would be really cool to have him bartend at our wedding. I come from a very conservative, small town that is unfortunately still bigoted towards gay people. It was a little awkward when my uncle mentioned that he thought it was inappropriate that our bartender was a gay porn star. No one cared and everyone thought it was hilarious when my uncle couldn't explain how he knew our bartender was a gay porn star, as he used a different name, and it wasn't well known in our town. Began getting suspicious on take your kid to work day. That was my first hint. My mom was an escort before she went to jail. The way I found out was actually the most awkward part. I got a new phone and called her. I asked her, "Do you know who this is?" and to which she replied, "Sorry, I don't know who this is. I don't go out for free or give discounts." I saw a self-posted video of my sister. The thumbnail kinda had me like, huh, that's weird. The first 5 seconds made me go, oh god, no. No. The thumbnail just looked like a girl with brown hair, but I think I knew on that split second before clicking. As for my thoughts, she's an adult. We do crap that makes us feel good, so whatever. I'm just really glad there wasn't a dude in there, or that I hit back before the dude rolled in. A guy in our high school was kept back a lot of years. He came to our school from Eastern Europe at 14, so they kept him back until his English was good enough to do the exams. One day he decided to show us all a video in the study hall. The video was of his mum getting fucked by 2 to 3 different dudes. Turns out his mum was a porn star in their country and he was apparently proud of this. He wasn't exactly the full shilling. However, his mum was super hot. Not one myself, but my family became friends with someone who married a porn actress. After my parents said I was a whiz kid with computers, the man pulled me to the side and asked if there was any way to delete all existing porn of his wife off of the internet, so their upcoming child could never come across it. Breaking the news for him was pretty tough, but from the outside it's a pretty funny situation. She was a pretty big porn sensation in her country, so there really is no way around it unless they move somewhere far away and pray. So one day I wake up to a text from a co-worker that just says, "Google redhead Lizzie Tucker." First thought was sounds like porn, but whatever, Google it, and sure enough it's porn. I sit there for a second thinking, I'm okay, why did she tell me to look at? Wait a second, that kinda looks like my co-worker. Oh no. Co-worker has the tattoo on her shoulder, and suddenly my co-worker's secret porn career was revealed. Not gonna tell her real name. The news spread amongst all of us like wildfire, as you can imagine. She was pretty good natured about it, honestly. I think when that's your career you kinda have to figure it. Coming out at your non-porn released job is always a possibility. She was just kinda like, yep, that's me. That's about as awkward as it got, honestly. I get the feeling she was used to steering into the skid. If anyone's wondering what type of person she was, or if there were any hints to her career, I'd say she's exceedingly normal, and no, not really. Honestly, a fairly sweet girl, flirty drunk, decent worker, had a steady boyfriend, etc. We had an optional work potluck. Me and my sous chef created around Thanksgiving for all of us that had to work and were missing out on our families, which she participated in. She brought some killer pumpkin pies, played Cards Against Humanity and Exploding Kittens with us and a few other co-workers. No clue if she's still doing the work or if it was just a part of her past, but I think it was an on again off again thing, where she'd fly down to Florida and shoot some videos. This kid in my grade last year's mom was a porn star. We all found about it because, no, high schoolers. The kid doesn't know. Everyone else does. As a result of his mom, the kid is so sheltered that he doesn't know what sex is. My friend cracked a joke and asked the kid if he was going to be a virgin until he was 40. The kid replied he has no interest in going to Virginia. It's not a relative of mine who did porn, but I'll probably never get a closer opportunity to tell this story. So recently we hired this fairly good looking girl at work. I work in a job where it's only ever one person working at any time. But since she was a trainee, she worked the shift with me. Anyway, we have like 7 hours together, so we're chatting away for a while. Somehow the subject gets onto nudity and I say, I'm totally comfortable being naked in front of anyone. I've got nothing to be embarrassed by. And she says, oh, I'm the same. Like, I did porn a few years ago. She told me it was the easiest money she ever made. She says her mum knows about it, and while her mum isn't exactly approving of it, she said it's your body, I can't stop you. She never told me her porn name or anything, so I've never seen the content sadly, but I have no doubt it's 100 true. As she said, she was known as the slut in school, so when school ended I had something to prove to everyone. I didn't get it, but she told stories about how she'd just get on Tinder and find guys and just go to their house and fuck them, which is cool. I told her, you do you, sister. I'm not sure if my other co-workers know yet. I subtly asked one of them if they knew what her previous job was and they had no idea. I know some people are probably going to want to know, so I'll answer it. Yes, I did. Casual conversation at work that night. Later I said, what are you up to tomorrow night? This wasn't a proposal or anything, but she responded, I don't know yet. What are you doing? The first day of my freshman year in high school, I sit down for my second period English class next to this cute girl. Class lasts like 15 minutes and everyone proceeds to talk to each other. The cute girl and I start talking and she asks me, do you know my mom? I've never met this girl before and I think this is a weird question. So, I reply no. She pulls out a trading card with her mom completely naked. Turns out her mom was a Playboy playmate and was in their bench warmer series. I feel like this was a weird way to introduce yourself, but hey, welcome to high school. 2 years later I'm working with her aunt, the playmate's sister. We routinely get calls from Playboy Enterprises on the work phone. My mom has been an escort my whole life and has been weirdly open about it, like she's really proud of it, but it's horrible when your mom brags to all of your friends when you're a teenager. I was about 11 when I realized what she was doing. She's never really had a real job for more than 3 months, and has embarrassed me over and over again throughout my life. I'm 25 now, and she's still working the same job she brags about. I'm the adult, not the child in this scenario. I'm not at all professional, but I recently started producing porn in a third world country a few months ago, through a super random friendship I made with a producer in CA. They're really struggling with quality content the last few years, while I've become a self-professed man who knew tons of girls who would happily jump on camera for a couple $100. Perfect match. So I've been teaching myself how to do this damn stuff all by myself. Very hit and miss. Some super hot scenes, some not so much. The solo camera work is harder than I expected. Cue my daughter coming to visit last month. She's used to seeing random girls in my apartment, but combined with film equipment laying around, she's a smart cookie. In about 15 minutes after getting in from the airport she's like, Dad, are you making porn in here? Busted. I explained the whole situation and she thought it's hilarious. Better than what I expected, aka Dad. Gross. The super awkward part is she told me since she's thinking about majoring in film something or other during college, she wants to help me with production next time she visits. When I try to explain how weird it would be for her to see her father banging some girl barely older than her, she calls me a prude. Me, the semi-amateur porn producing prude.